Hey guys, so I guess before I get into this, I would just like to say a few things, right? With this bear market, this crash, everything that's happened because of Luna and a few other things, right? So I'm sure that there's a lot more that none of us are privy to just yet. But one thing I did want to stress were the words of my grandmother to me, because I went through times, the deepest, darkest moments of my life, and I had no one. But I did hear those words of my grandmother, and if you need to hear these words, I hope it finds you. But this life is not yours to take. It was given to you. It's a gift. That's why it is called the present. Those words got me through a lot. Some of these people are investing into crypto without doing their research. Some are just following the leader. Some of these others are just promoting this for $1. If you ever need to speak to someone who's been through a lot, reach out to me. Reach out to if you can't speak to those close to you, reach out to someone here on the internet. Be more than happy to share stories, go back and forth. But know this, there is always another option. No matter how bad you think things are, you won't know how that will affect you in the future. Because for me, it was the vow that I took when I hit rock bottom, had nothing left. It was that vow to never return, to never go hungry ever again. And as a type 1 diabetic, I had to ration food, as well as had to ration my insulin. I don't wish any of that on anyone. So please reach out to someone. Things will get better. To give up, I don't know what you would believe in order to want to commit suicide. But at that moment, think about those around you. Because instead of being selfish, instead of doing that, you won't realize what that does to other people until after you're gone. And when you're gone, that's it. You don't get, it's not a reset button. This is not a game. I have my beliefs. I pray that they find you. Because, like I said, this life is a gift. This life is not mine to take. What would you do in my shoes? I would not be here today had I not heard those words from my grandmother. What would you do in my shoes? Just because you lost $1 doesn't mean that this life is over. It's the lessons learned along the way. that will teach you. Like I said, put yourself in my shoes. I was a month away, 1 month away from having each eyeball removed and having glass eyes, pitch black darkness. I was in darkness for 4 years. I was in bed for those 4 years as well, through 38 eye surgeries, 4 of which were implants. I know in the past I've said 2, but there was a cataract implant in each eye as well as a shunt in each eye, a valve to relieve excess pressure, because I had an allergic reaction to a steroid injection called Kenalog. It was just a doctor at LSU, a student doctor at LSU, who saved my eyes. What would you have done in those instances? Many people are just such in a rush, such in a hurry. They don't know what it's like to have to sit there every single day waiting to see this doctor and that doctor every single day, not knowing what tomorrow or even today is going to bring. But it's the lessons learned along the way. I've had to sit and wait for hours, full days, on a surgeon. I've had to go to this doctor and that doctor. There was no time for a girlfriend. I went blind in 2011, and I still have not found a girlfriend. I've gone on dates, and that's hard. That's difficult. But and through many rigorous training, different trainings of like orientation and mobility, it wasn't until after my father passed that I said, you know what? I'm gonna do something about this. I'm no longer gonna live in fear. I'm just gonna go out there and whatever happens, happens. I met some of the best people I've ever met, not only in crypto, but in life. I went and it seems there was something going on in crypto, which I've been a part of since 2014. But no one knew me. No one. And no one else volunteered. There was a call that went out for DigiByte. I spoke up because although I'm versed in over 100 different crypto, I went on short notice to this event to go meet all kinds of really great people and to work a booth for DigiByte, for anyone who came up to the DigiByte booth with a question. And here again, if you don't know the answer, don't pretend that you do. I've gone into other Twitter spaces, from XRP to Luna to Saitama to XRP to DigiByte to Litecoin to Bitcoin and Dogecoin. And, I'll say it that I was drilled. And with good reason. These people want to verify those different things. And I applaud you for that. But I did not see it as a bad thing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It tested me. But those things, how can I say this? When you know, and you know that you know, confidence replaces fear. But when you don't know, don't pretend that you do. I give more respect to that. So to these other people in those rooms that I was not prepared to answer those questions of DigiByte. I did not know the correct answers. So I told them that. They went and they researched it, brought it back, did the numbers. I think I brought several other people into DigiByte for that exact reason. Not only for stating the truth that I did not know the answers, but when they came back with those answers, I was all ears. I loved every second of it because I wanted to know those answers too. So I learned something in the process as far as how DigiByte can go to 280,000 transactions per second. And the answer is that those blocks, the blocks are every 15 seconds, but the block size increases. It doubles every 2 years. I was not prepared with the facts to tell them that, as far as how much and whatnot, but they all have come back in to other Twitter spaces to ask other questions of other things. And I applaud that. I really do. Because for me and for you, it should be that the facts matter. The truth will come out one day. DigiByte will be found. It's just ahead of its time right now. And these other people are amazed because, here again, they see it as a scalable solution, a proof of work that is a scalable solution for the future. So, I hope that everyone, I hope that everyone goes to digibyte.org. Do all the research, take a look, take a deep dive, come into the Twitter spaces, ask questions. If we don't know, we will tell you, If we don't know, we will tell you that we don't know. And we will get those into those spaces for you and to answer those questions directly. So many have jumped in on the Twitter spaces to answer those questions, even to those of us in the DigiByte community that we still had questions. These people, I do see them as true genius for what they're doing and what they're building. Because there's no other out there that can, that even comes close. It is not even, I don't want to sound like a maximalist because I believe in other crypto as well. I'm coming. But I believe in other crypto. I see other crypto as working together. I don't believe in this, my coin is the ultimate coin. You'll hear me in these other Twitter spaces, which is what I've been doing. I have not been on YouTube for a little bit. I've got other things I'm working on and that I'm doing. And speaking in the communities of all these other coins. And I just lost where I was. But, back to the this market, right? With it as a flash crash. First off, I I do not promote all your eggs in one basket. And for what I'm about to say, none of this is advice in any way, shape, or form, right? But this is exactly why you don't put all of your eggs into one basket. There are many different things that are going to do extremely well. Others are going to fail. And there is a risk reward there. And you have to weigh for yourself, not rely on anyone else. You have to go in and do your own research, your due diligence. But to rely on everyone else to tell you when to buy and when to sell, that's irresponsible. That's not an investor. That's a gambler. So I got caught up in that, I want to say in 1999. I got hit with a margin call, which again, this is exactly why I don't want anyone to trade on leverage. I think that that is I think that that is stupid. Not ludicrous. I think that is stupid. That is irresponsible. These people that grow up trading, I mean, for 20, 30 years, they will tell you they never trade on margin. At worst, or at best, they will trade at 4x. That's it. Not 100x, not 10x. Anything over 4x, and that's only for, I would say, an institutional trader. You're crazy. Know this, that every trade that is on the books, they see that. They know every trade, whether it's a limit buy, limit sell, especially a stop loss. When you put a stop loss in, they know exactly where to move those prices to flush you and everyone else out, and then to overshoot the market in the opposite direction to flush all those stop losses out, whether it's a put or a call, long or short, right? So, I mean, these people, okay, in crypto, they say to invest money that you can afford to lose. They say that for a reason, right? But go at investing a little differently. Look at it as a diversified portfolio. Don't go all heavy into just one coin. I understand you're a fan. That's great. But that is ill-advised. Look at any portfolio manager. They're not all in Tesla. They're not all in Apple or Microsoft or Netflix, right? Netflix just went straight down. So to think that these portfolio managers only have one equity, that's crazy. Don't do that. I don't advise you to do that. To have a diversified portfolio gives you the opportunity for when one goes wild and does moon, or two or three in your portfolio, to be able to take that profit, whether into a stable coin, right? Like USDT or USDC, to then wait for the market to come to you. That's exactly how these other billionaires did well. Look at Jim Rogers, right? I mean, it's like ingrained. This is taught in these families. I did not get this education from my family. I watched the actions of others. So, this is like taught in these elite families of markets and investing and trading. To find an undervalued asset, to buy that asset, just hold on to it. Because one day that market will go back up. Then you sell. And at that time, still be looking for another undervalued asset. Not to just chase this YouTuber and that YouTuber. And this new thing, Luna, is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And to dump your holdings of what you had in good projects, to chase after what another is promoting. Some are paid for that. That's going to be a big thing coming down, I feel, in a not too distant future. That used to be a thing. A lot of these people who promoted these different projects years ago were gone after legally. I think, and their channels were just shut down. So, like that of affiliate links. All of these other famous YouTubers, they had to go back and delete those links and re-edit their videos to remove that in order to be reinstated. So, I mean, many other things are soon to come. As far as even with Tether, USDT, I question many things there. I was drilled on that as well. And yet again, I did not have the exact figures. But riddle me this, how do they just create another $3 billion with nothing backing it, printed into existence? And one other group chat that I was in was trying to claim that, it's because of this other needed a trading pair. That, to me, makes absolutely no sense. Now, I could believe that. Had it been back when they only had $5 or $8 billion, which there were red flags all over the place then. All over the place. And since. But how do they go from having $5 or $8 billion of dollar for dollar backing and then change the definition to dollar or dollar equivalent to fit their narrative? And some will argue, yes, they had a third-party audit. How is that an audit if their books were never allowed to be seen? That was not an audit. But I do believe that now of Terra and their stablecoin, I think that now opens the door wide open to the SEC. So Janet Yellen and all of these other wackadoodles out there, from Pocahontas, Warren, I couldn't remember her name, Pocahontas. But that now opens the door for these people to come in and scrutinize. Because we were not able to regulate ourselves. Greed got in the way. And that is greed is a hell of a thing. So most everyone in crypto has lost 50% of their holdings, 75% of their holdings right now because of all of this madness. But again, this is why you have dry powder on the side. You have money on the sidelines, ready to pounce in these instances. Because when a market crashes or skyrockets, it doesn't go straight up or straight down. There will be a retracement and a retest of those levels. So there's money to be made there, which is why I say learn FUD and learn how to profit on it. But those funds on the sidelines, if you're 100% invested, everything you have into crypto, you're doing it wrong. And again, with trading, with learning how to trade, placing limit buys and limit sells in, I've learned valuable lessons that I've learned to not repeat ever again. I will never sell a full 100% position ever again. I may trade with 25% of my portfolio, but I'm not all in or all out. That's stupid. And yet again, for me now, it's a lot different. When I trade, I don't trade for the dollar value. I trade to acquire more coins. Like, let me alt tab over here. Wait. Get back over here so that way I can go through some of this with you, right? Like, a lot of my limit buy orders just on DigiByte have filled. When DigiByte ran up to 4 cents, forgive me, I cannot share with you just yet. I haven't learned how to do this. Excuse me, just yet. But when DigiByte went up to 4 cents, it made me scratch my head. I could have taken 25% and quadrupled my holdings there in that trading bag. But I didn't do that. Because at that time, we still did not know if it was a confirmed bull or bear market. I still saw a chance, an opportunity for an altcoin season to come in. So I didn't make that bet. I did not trade on that. But my other limit buy orders did fill, which other people called me crazy, because here was DigiByte at 4 cents, and I was putting limit buy orders in at 0.023 and then 0.019. Guess what? Didn't take but a week, 2 weeks. Those orders filled. And then my next limit buy was going to be an additional 10% below that, which was going to be at 0.0171. Only to wake up one day and see DigiByte at 0.0122. And I'm like, wow, what just happened? So I changed all the ways that I changed my limits, because I saw that it seemed like a coordinated attack on the entire market. It may be, it may not be. I don't know. Some people claim that it is. I don't know. That I have not seen the proof of that. So I cannot say either way. At this point, it's just hot air. It's FUD. However, at 0.0122, then I began to change where my limit buys were going to be. My next limit buy was then going to be at 1 cent flat at 0.010. That was my intention, what I was going to do. Then another limit buy order at 0.0075. Now previously, like a week before this, I was in the DigiByte spaces. And please go to the DigiByte spaces. You will hear some of us discuss different things. Now, I know we're not supposed to discuss price. I get that. But I'm just sharing what I'm doing. I'm not discussing price. I'm not promoting on price. I'm just sharing the things that I see that I'm doing. That's it. It is not advice in any way, shape, or form. But I broke down the numbers to the previous market, and I watched that market cycle, which is why in this run, I really have muffed the punt. I really did. Because I said that, how they say, plan your trade and trade your plan. Well, I had said that, okay, well, now my limit buy is going to go in at 1 cent flat and then at 0.075. I stayed up all night for a couple days, right? Watching this market. And I did not pull the trigger. I was there watching it at 0.00833. I did not pull the trigger, and that was stupid on my part. What I did, I ended up getting tired and weak and not delusional, but overdone, overworked. To sit behind a computer with jittery fingers is not a good thing, right? So I made up my mind at that moment. I changed my price targets because of such a hard downtick. I changed it to, I went ahead, I just set a limit buy order in at 0.0075. I go to sleep and then I wake back up only to see the market back at 1.1 or 0.011. Thinking I missed it. Only to then see it go up to 1.33 or 1.48 or something like this. And, that was an instant 50% like that I just missed out on. Because what my intention was, and I shared this in the Twitter spaces as well with everyone, was that I planned to buy at that point. And then, because anything that goes straight down or straight up will retrace. It will go back in the opposite direction. When it overshoots in one direction, there will be another reaction back up in this instance. And then I was going to sell at, say, 30, 40, 50% to then take those profits and then hold on to it. Because, like right now, okay, let me get on the chart so I can share with you what I see, right? And one day soon, I have other things that I'm working on to be able to share these things with you, to bring other people in the community on here for everyone to chat, have a good time, and go over different things, what's going on in the community, to different, all kinds of different things that I'm working on in the background. Okay, so that 50% that I would have been able to sell, or up to, could have taken profit at 30, 40, and 50%. Because here again, I don't sell 100% position. This is just me. Again, not advice. But with every action, there is an opposite reaction. However, on the charts, it is not equal. It's Newton's third law of motion. Wait. Yeah, third law of motion. First law of motion is whatever goes up then comes down. So the third law of Newton, law of motion by Newton, was for every action there is an equal but opposite reaction. However, in the charts, it is not equal. But to be able to buy that dip back down when it retraces back the other way, right? Like an ABC, or really an AB, right? I could have doubled those holdings that quick. I just missed out on that. However, what I do see, and if you look at the 3-month chart, let me go to the 3-month chart, you will see a little more. It was back in April, right? So you look at that peak, or I look at that peak. And from, March 28th. Yeah, March 28th. You see that peak right there. Now, when in doubt, zoom out. That gives you a much better picture of what's going on. So, you look from there till now. And those are straight. It doesn't go straight down. But the trading, and then you put all your support and resistance levels in. You can see that is still trading within that. And in that time frame, we are still in a down market. Now, here again, for me, it was not yet confirmed that we are in a down market. But when I look at the 3-month chart, and I look at that big dip that just happened and came back up, we are still going down. So I'm stating in these spaces exactly what I'm doing. I mean, take it or leave it. It is not, I'm not telling you when to buy. I'm not telling you when to sell. I'm telling you what I'm doing to just acquire more. Because when they say money that you can afford to lose, I don't believe that. Okay? That sounds to me like you're setting me up for a fall. And I completely disagree with the verbiage there. I like to say money that I don't even need for next year. So back to the 3-month chart. I see us still in that downtrend. And I see us retesting those lows. And I'm leaving that order on the books at 0.0075. And, I was in the Twitter spaces and I said, look, I'm listening to y'all. I'm putting y'all on mute. I have to hike up to the bank and make a deposit. I went and made that deposit to shift funds around. So that way I can buy more, which is the point of always having dry powder. When you have all of your funds in crypto, you're doing it wrong. You need to always have dry powder. So, for an instance like this, now I do see us going back down and retesting those lows, which is exactly why I was telling everyone where I'm planning to buy, plan to sell on a retrace, and then a retrace from that to turn around and buy again. So I do see us still in that downtrend and about to retest these lows. Will it go below 0.00833? I don't know that. I'm no soothsayer. I'm not reading tea leaves. I'm not consulting with some higher power. I'm not gifted like that. Many of those people I don't understand. I listen to those sort of things as entertainment, as a what if, right? But I don't put every dollar I have into what another person says without diving and digging into this. These are my funds, just like your funds are your funds. Don't invest on what another person says. How do they say trust but verify? I don't even believe in trust but verify. I believe in listen and verify. Everything. So I still see us retesting those lows in every coin. Bitcoin as well. Litecoin as well. And DigiByte as well. But I'm leaving that 0.0075 limit buy order there. I have not placed another limit buy yet at the 1.00. I have not done that. So I know I can, and I have funds still on the sidelines to do just that. But now I've moved those funds to be ready to pounce. So, but I just wanted to come out and say a few words as far as, as far as these different people that get your emotions involved and get you to invest. Look, crypto is not meant for everyone. Investing is not meant for everyone, whether that's equities or crypto, right? I mean, and yet again, to go at some of these other people for your own mistakes, because only you are responsible for what you do. To push blame on another person is irresponsible, and everyone sees straight through it. But for these other influencers promoting these different things and then selling off, it is not their responsibility to tell you when they sell. But yet again, I feel it is a disservice to the community to pump something because you're being given coins, or you're being paid to promote something, and not even they have done the research in these other coins. So, I mean, are they personally invested? Maybe, but then they come out and say, oh yeah, well, if you'd have been a part of my Patreon channel, look, that's fine if that's who you are. And I don't put you down for that. I believe, look, those people are in this to earn $1, right? I'm in this to earn crypto. That's like how I got involved in crypto, which is probably another video, but screw it, right? I got involved in crypto. I lucked into a job. Because who's going to hire someone who's blind? I mean, be honest. I mean, really. Who's going to hire someone who is blind? No company out there wants that liability. I lucked into a job. I busted my ass to get that job. It was all I could get. Degree and all did not matter. But that was all I could get. I was hired in at like $7.50 an hour, right? Not this $15 an hour bullshit. And you don't even know how to sweep or mop a floor, right? That's not $15 an hour, in my opinion. But yet here I come, degree and all. Phi Theta Kappa National Honor Society, right? It's the only job I could get, dude. I busted my ass at that job. But know this, I did not work for $1. I worked for crypto. Every single dollar of that job went into crypto. 100% of it. I got that job in 2015. I retired at the onset of the pandemic. So for 5 years, I worked for crypto, not for a dollar. Who else put 100% of their earnings into crypto? So to all these influencers out there who, I don't understand this Patreon thing. I don't understand this AdSense thing. To me, I'm just sharing what I'm doing. For me, I don't want a dollar. I only want crypto. And these other partnerships and deals, why don't they work for crypto? Why aren't they paid in crypto? Why are they paid in US dollars? And frankly, to tell you the truth, I don't want super chats. I don't want Patreon. And I'll tell you why. It's because for those people, say you donate $50 to those people, they only get 50% of that. They only get $25 on $50 that you gave them. These other intermediaries, they took that other 50%. When I can just put a QR code up here as a tip jar. I don't want greed to change who I am as a person. I don't believe in that. To all these other influencers just pumping these other things and cheerleading. Look, there's a time for that. There's a time for cheerleading. There's a time for let's dive into this project. Let's take a look at it. Let's analyze it. Let's dive in, which is why I respect Rice TV, Rice TVX. This dude dives into these different projects and will call them out who they are. Same with Jason Appleton, Crypto Crow. Yeah, they are paid by these different companies, but they will dive in and they will tell you if it is a piece of shit or not. I respect that. So, but anyway, sorry to go off there, but it is really upsetting to see all these new people come into crypto and get wrecked. Here on YouTube, in Twitter, expecting that, now yes, one day crypto will change your life. It will. I'm living proof of that. But to think that you put $500 in and that everything else is just going to fall in place doesn't work that way. Some people, even in my own damn family, say that, oh, he's just lucky. Well, what is luck? Really? Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Are you prepared? Have you done your research into these projects? Are you prepared financially to not let your emotion overrule your better judgment? I mean, where else in the world are you going to have an opportunity like crypto? And yet again, where else in this world will someone give you double or triple? Hey, give me $10, I'll give you 50 back, right? That's bullshit. You know it's bullshit. No one in this world has given you a damn thing. At least not to me. No one gave me a damn thing. My parents said, you want a degree, you go out and you prove it. Well, guess what? I fucking did. And I did it with honors. Well, it's the same thing in this market. You want it, you got to go out and you got to get it. You have to research day in, day out. Paper trade. Don't play with real money. If you're not ready for investing in crypto or equities, don't do it. Practice. It's preparation. When that preparation meets opportunity. So what is luck? I hope I hope this teaches new people in this market not to rely on others, rely on yourself. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, don't call it a giraffe, right? But, and a lot of this is free on YouTube to go in and dive in, learn how to do different things. But be leery of every single one of them that claims to you that they are an expert, that they buy at the lows and sell at the tops, that they don't lose money. Because, newsflash, we have all lost money. It's the lessons you learn along the way. So, I'm not sure where I'm at in this. I'm sorry to go off and rant, but, you know, many of these different things are upsetting to me. They bring a bad light into crypto. But you need to be able to sort through these things. Just because someone says something does not make it true. Do your own research. Do your own due diligence. Because your preparation will one day meet opportunity. And you too will be lucky. Y'all be cool. Later.